Right now it's 6. The suspect in a shooting on Quincy Street has been identified. Plus, Virgil Thu makes his first appearance in court today after yesterday's arrest in Elroy.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. A memorial was held today for one of the victims in the New Lisbon triple murder. Elizabeth Kolba was remembered at a memorial service in Linden Station. Family and friends came out to honor her memory. Kolba and 2 girls ages 12 and 13 were found shot to death inside a New Lisbon home on December 30th. Meanwhile, the man in custody, who police say is tied to their deaths, was in court today. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live in Mauston with more. Grace.
Emily, Virgil Thu had his bond hearing today at the Juneau County Justice Center. The bond hearing comes just one day after police found him in Elroy. Thu was on the run from law enforcement for over a week. He is facing 9 charges, which include 3 counts of first-degree homicide and 3 counts of attempting to conceal a body. Thu did not have an attorney present, but was given the option to contact a public defender. Prosecutors suggested a $5 million cash bond. They say Thu can't be trusted to appear again.
The point law enforcement had contact with him, he attempted to lie about his name before he admitted who he finally was. So this is a very serious crime, but also a situation where, again, he attempted to conceal and attempted to elude. That causes the state great hesitancy about his reappearing in court.
Thank you, Susan.
The bond was approved by the judge. Thu is scheduled to appear again on February 13th. Thu also received a condition on his bond that said he could not contact a number of people that were listed in his complaint, but that will only go into effect if he pays the bond. In Mauston, Grace Monk, News 8 Now. Emily.
All right, thank you, Grace. In Madison today, students and staff returned to Abundant Life Christian School. On December 16th, a 15-year-old girl opened fire, killing a 14-year-old student, a teacher, and herself. 6 other students were injured. 2 remain hospitalized in fair condition. School officials say today's return included security changes, both seen and unseen. A motive in the shooting remains unknown. A man is in police custody following a shooting on Quincy Street in Onalaska. Police say 27-year-old Guy Vang fired 2 shots, injuring a woman in the hand. When officers arrived, they found Vang with a gunshot wound to the head. Investigators say 1 shot went through a dresser, while the other struck Vang before hitting the woman. Vang is facing several charges. Well, some light snow showers hit the area today. Here's a live look outside of our studio in downtown La Crosse. Snow not quite sticking over here, but will we see more this weekend? First Warn meteorologist Nicole Skaliski has the latest.
Yeah, we're looking to see some more snow this weekend, and it's hopefully going to stick a little bit better than the stuff that we saw today. Now, we're still looking at a few more flurries tracking throughout the area, mainly for areas near or south of I-90 as we head throughout the rest of the evening. As you can see, it's not really too heavy of snow out there. There were some pockets that produced some lighter flurries off to the south, but those are really starting to move out of the area now, and we're not really expecting much of these to hold around much longer, I should say, as we move throughout the later evening hours. A lot of those flurries will already be out of our area, but we do have snow coming up later in the weekend. Tonight, again, some flurries possibly lasting throughout the next hour or so in La Crosse. We're staying fairly mild tonight. We will have some clearing, but those clouds are going to come right back as we wake up in the morning. In Eau Claire, we're seeing fairly mild temperatures getting down into the teens tonight. Pretty normal for this time of year, but we do have more snow on the way. It's going to come Saturday night, and I'll be able to break down all the timing, how much we should expect. It's looking like it could be a little bit more than we saw today, so hopefully we'll have some snow on the ground as we head throughout the weekend.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Nicole. The Onalaska School District wants the public's help in picking its next superintendent, specifically what kind of skills and characteristics the candidate should have. You can weigh in on a survey on the district's website. The survey will be open until January 15th. Onalaska is replacing Todd Antony, who resigned last November. At least 10 people are dead and more than 10,000 homes and other buildings have been completely destroyed as multiple wildfires continue to rage across Los Angeles County. About 153,000 people are under evacuation orders. Charlie DeMar has the latest from Altadena, California.
Firefighters in Los Angeles County attacked the raging wildfires by air Friday. More than 55 square miles have burned so far.
Everything I owned was gone.
In an effort to prevent looting, a curfew will be in effect this evening in areas affected by the Palisades and Eaton fires.
You cannot be in these affected areas. If you are subject to arrest.
National Guard troops are patrolling the mandatory evacuation zone here in Altadena, where the Eaton fire has reduced home after home to rubble. This is what so many people here in hard-hit Altadena, unfortunately, are going to be coming home to. People who we spoke to who've been trying to get back to their homes say they are now frustrated that looting is a problem.
It's mind-boggling because I can't get in, but then looters could get in.
David Resendez says he can't believe someone would stoop so low.
I would guarantee they're not from here because this community, Altadena, is a tight-knit community.
At the White House, President Biden received a briefing on the wildfire emergency response, a day after promising the federal government will cover firefighting costs for the next 6 months.
We've got to be prepared to pay for it. And when we do, we got to build back better than we did before.
And as crews attack wildfires from the sky, officials are warning people not to fly drones. That's after one nicked the wing of a Super Scooper, grounding it Thursday.
Flying a drone in the fire traffic area is not only dangerous, but it's illegal.
LA County's fire chief saying the plane should be flying again by Monday, just in time for the next expected red flag event. Charlie DeMar, CBS News, Altadena, California.
We also caught up with a Toma woman who is going to school in Malibu but was forced to evacuate.
I think 5 or 6 other fires too that have started around the area of LA and surrounding areas. So it's just gotten really big. But yeah, my parents really wanted me to evacuate once it started getting bad. So they told me to kind of pack up my bags and just head out, and while I still could.
Officials say the wildfires could leave behind over $50 billion in damages, becoming one of the worst natural disasters in U.S. history. A white tiger at an Irvine Park exhibit has passed away. Chippewa Falls Park officials shared the news on their Facebook page today, revealing that Lulu had died due to age and health complications. The post expressed that Lulu brought immense joy to both staff and the community. The park also announced that the exhibit will be temporarily closed. Well, tonight marks week one of the Friday Night Frenzy Winter Sports Edition. Our own Jacob Lenzendorf is live with a quick look of what's to come.
Yeah, Emily, in store tonight, a lot going on for the return of the Frenzy. 13 games we'll show later from the Hardwood, plus an area wrestling team taking to the mat as well. We're going to be in playoff mode before you know it. Some teams trying to put themselves in good position for a conference crown as well. Unbeaten's colliding what we think could be fantastic games. And for all the highlights and scores you could want, make sure to check back in with us later at 10.
Sentencing day for Donald Trump, the historic court moment and what the judge handed down. And the fate of TikTok inches closer. The Supreme Court hears arguments from the social media giant's lawyers.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say. New year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. And we'll deliver and haul away for free. Shop store-wide savings as we continue to clear out inventory and make room for new styles for 2025. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year's sale going on now.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
Watch top Midwest musicians compete at the Richard Record Rising Stars Concerto Competition on January 18th. The 2 finalists will perform their winning pieces at the Symphony Orchestra Main Stage Concert on March 1st. The 102nd annual Snowflake Ski Jump takes place January 31st and February 1st in Westby. Enjoy ski jumping, food, beverages, merchandise, bonfires, and wagon rides.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. Right now, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/keep-and-switch.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio pen. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
Entyvio, Entyvio, Entyvio.
President-elect Donald Trump was formally sentenced today in the hush money case in New York. Judge Juan Merchan gave Trump an unconditional discharge. Trump will have a criminal record but will not face prison time or probation. Trump had faced up to 4 years in prison for the conviction, but prosecutors agreed to the unconditional discharge after Trump's presidential win. The sentence comes little more than a week before his inauguration.
Is the proverbial slap on the wrist. It is symbolic. It is an acknowledgement that there was a conviction, and it is essentially no more.
Trump and his attorneys have vowed to appeal, a process that could play out while he is in the White House. Today, the U.S. Supreme Court justices heard from lawyers representing TikTok. They argued that a ban on the wildly popular social media app would violate the First Amendment rights of its users, about half of the U.S. population. But Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogar, representing the Biden administration, argued TikTok's China-based parent company ByteDance could weaponize data on the platform in a legal filing last month. President-elect Donald Trump asked the Supreme Court to pause the ban until he takes office and he can negotiate a resolution. Snow and ice across the southern U.S., how it's wreaking havoc on roads and airports.
And we're going to have some snow in our neck of the woods as we go out to the weekend. I'll have all the details on the timing and just how much most of us should expect coming up right after the break.
Celebrate 2025 during Home Furniture's New Year's sale. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices like this queen bedroom suite for just $8.99 and this table and bar stools for $15.99. Start the new year in style during the New Year's sale at Home Furniture.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardians, at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardians can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardians may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardians. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardians is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
Hey, Dominic here with a quick marinade using our Steak and Game Pleasing. Mix 1/3 cup of oil with 1 tablespoon of Steak and Game Pleasing. Brush on your beef or venison and let it sit for 10 minutes. Cook until done. For a delicious dip, mix 8 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of diced green onions, and a tablespoon of Steak and Game Pleasing. Get Steak and Game Pleasing and over 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. It's a game changer.
Ring in 2025 with our New Year's mattress sale at Home Sleep Express. Get up to 10% off sale prices on Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep. This Jewel Plush Queen mattress is $759, and this Eden Plush Queen is $1079. Celebrate the New Year's mattress sale at Home Sleep Express.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Snow and ice are piling up across parts of the southern U.S., and that's causing big problems on the roads and the airports. Skylar Henry has the latest from Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta.
The world's busiest airport brought to a standstill for a bit earlier this morning for 2 reasons. On one hand, the severe winter weather slamming the south, including Atlanta. The other reason, a Delta Airlines flight headed to Minneapolis, Minnesota was prevented from being able to take off due to what the airline is calling an engine issue. More than 200 passengers were on board that flight and had to evacuate via emergency slides. They were then on the tarmac and brought back to the gate via ground transportation. The Atlanta airport says that 4 people were injured. 3 of them were able to be treated there on the ground. 1 other person was transported to an area hospital as they investigate. Meanwhile, this all comes around that winter weather that I was talking about that is set to continue to impact parts of the South, including here in Georgia, but also North Carolina, Tennessee, and other states. More than 900 flights here at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport have been canceled due to the weather. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Atlanta.
Well, we had some snow today, and more is headed our way this weekend. Let's send it over to Nicole for the latest on our weather forecast.
Yeah, it's always weird to see when Tennessee and Kentucky have more snow than we do in Wisconsin and Minnesota, but that's actually typical right now. We've finally transitioned officially into a La Nina winter, so those areas of the country typically have more precipitation during the winter months. Now, we usually don't fall into that wetter pattern, but we also don't fall into a dry pattern, so we should have some normal amounts of snowfall coming up, and we will get some more as we go into the weekend. Our first measurable January snow, we're not seeing it tonight. We only saw those trace amounts of snowfall, and we're seeing fairly mild temperatures, 14 degrees in La Crosse, 12 in Eau Claire when you're waking up in the morning. The weekend temperatures are looking fairly nice. We're staying pretty close to our average highs, 28 on Saturday in La Crosse, 25 in Eau Claire, and the good news is a lot of those snow showers are really going to hold off until the evening hours, so most of the day Saturday should go out without any headaches on the travel and on the roads, although overall we're not really expecting too many road impacts with these flurries, especially because we'll be going through those overnight periods. So here we are when you're waking up in the morning tomorrow. We'll have partial clearing tonight, but that's really going to be cut off as we head into the early morning hours tomorrow. A lot of cloud coverage coming in ahead of these snow showers. Those aren't really going to reach here until the evening hours, although I wouldn't put it past some areas north of I-94 to possibly pick up a few stray late flurries passing through the afternoon. Otherwise, as you can see, a lot of those really hold off until the evening hours. And then areas south of I-94 start to pick up that band of snow in the later evening hours. But as you can see, we really get kind of cheated out a lot of that snowfall because this band really starts to fully develop as it moves out of our area. So areas more towards central Wisconsin and eastern Wisconsin have a better chance of picking up more measurable snowfall. Although, as you can see, this system will have that back end of it that will continue to give us some continuous snow flurries as we go throughout Sunday morning, although a lot of that should be out of the area as we get through the afternoon. Here's what we're looking like for accumulation. Again, the heaviest amounts are really staying north and east of I-94, 2 to 4 inches expected there. Otherwise, everywhere else should see around an inch, if not possibly 2 inches in some locations. And then we have fairly cold temperatures on the way. Now, I mentioned this weekend's going to be pretty mild, actually a few degrees above average, but as we start next week off on Monday, 16 degrees below our average high temperature in La Crosse. And it's a very similar story in Eau Claire as well. 19 degrees below your average high as you go to start the week off on Monday. Monday and Tuesday, even staying 15 degrees below that average. But the good news is we bounce back up just to bounce right back down again. So it's going to be a little bit of a whirlwind, a little bit of a roller coaster with these temperatures coming up. We get a taste of very cold and pretty mild for January as we end the week out, but we got to get through that cold. And it's going to be breezy during that as well, so those wind chills would definitely be a factor. So making sure you're bundled up, covering all the skin, because it's going to feel cold.
Oh yeah, Monday and Tuesday is going to be really hard to get out of bed those days.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Nicole. Coming up in sports, the Vikings and Rams game now moved to a new site due to the West Coast wildfires. Plus, the Packers are hoping to score another wild card round upset this weekend. Hear from Coach LaFleur on the trip to Philadelphia. Jacob is up next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
It's the January clearance event at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. It's where you'll find incredible savings on closeouts, floor samples, and overstocks. Sofas from Flex Steel and Smith Brothers, casual dining from John Thomas and Cannondale, bedrooms by Canal Dover and Daniels Amish, and the area's best selection of quality leather from Stressless and Lazy Boy. It's all in stock, ready for immediate delivery, and all at real savings. Hurry in for the best selection during the January clearance. It's on now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
As I deteriorated, I needed something that would allow me to go from floor in the garage to floor in the home. Jason helped introduce to me all sorts of accessibility equipment. I have no questions about credibility and research. Personally, if somebody was asking me, I would say, here's who I would call.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevator. Stop in and see us today.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was worried when I found out Duke had to get knee surgery, but the process was easier than we thought.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the frenzy is back. Coming up at 10, highlights and scores from a bunch of different area high school hoops teams and more fun as well, as we're just hours away. Teams are looking to hit their stride right about now as we're getting towards the second half of the season. The News 8 sports team out in full effect tonight, and Kate and I will have all the action later at 10. Cannot wait for that. And some fantastic matchups that'll be featured tonight in the Friday Night Frenzy. The Riverhawk and Blue Gold ladies have yet to lose in league play, along with the Luther and West Salem boys and girls teams, who are also looking to avoid their first Cooley Conference loss. Well, a lot has changed since September 6th in Brazil when the Packers and Eagles last met. One thing that stayed consistent, though, is the play of free agent running backs for each squad, Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley. The Eagles have won 12 of their last 13 games, and Matt LaFleur knows it'll be a hostile environment that Green Bay is walking into.
It's a unique experience, and I think, but it makes it a lot more fun as well. So it's a great place to play. They got a very passionate fan base, a very angry fan base, but it makes the game, it just heightens the excitement around the game.
LaFleur says back in his days with Washington, the team bus was frequently splattered with eggs on their way to the stadium. Meanwhile, the Vikings are now set to take on the Rams on Monday night from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, rather than SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The NFL announcing that due to wildfires happening in California, the decision was made in, quote, the interest of public safety. The Rams are traveling to Arizona tonight using Cardinals team planes to transport the team, staff, and their families. LA will practice in Arizona tomorrow. All right, now it is time for the News 8 Play of the Week winner to be announced, and we go back to Sparta visiting GET in ladies hoops action. It's the Spartans' Lily Seifert with the step-back jumper to add to the visitors' lead. Sparta having one of their best seasons in a while, and it's easy to see why with plays like that, so congratulations to Lily. A great play, no doubt, Emily, as we see up there.
I love it when they do that stuff.
Yeah, there we go, like that. A close race in this one as well, so congrats to all those communities. Thank you for voting. And speaking of more participation, we've got the News 8 Sports Pick'em more this week. It did not end. Playoffs. So she's trying to catch Cade. And more prizes out for everyone else.
I want to at least maintain my second spot position. Ken is kind of coming up there. I'm not worried about you at all. You're far behind.
I'm picking the Packers this week, though. Let it be known, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you get in on those picks. So.
All right. It's going to be great football watching weather, too. Snowy and cold, stay in. All right. Nicole has one final look at your forecast right after the break.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious! Everything is getting smarter. Good thing your Touchstone Energy Cooperative has the knowledge and expertise to help you make smarter work harder. Today, there are more ways than ever to make your world more energy efficient, and we can show you how. Take the next step to go electric and put the power of your co-op to work for you. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Welcome to the rustic side of Black River Furniture Outlet, Western Wisconsin's Cabin Store. Buy unique, one-of-a-kind pieces made in the USA, featuring aspen, hickory, barnwood, and specialty woods like walnut and maple burl. Shop dining sets, bars and bar stools. Find epoxy pieces, coffee and end tables, cabin furniture bedroom sets in king, queen, full, or twin. Bunk beds and case pieces to match. Huge selection in stock to take home or deliver today. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Here's a quick look at your weekend. It's going to be pretty nice temperature-wise. We have those snow flurries coming in Saturday night. Pretty identical forecast over in Eau Claire. Hopefully we'll see 30 in La Crosse. That would be pretty nice, especially ahead of the cool down that we have coming up. Those high temperatures are not staying up there very long. Monday, get back to the single digits and getting below 0 as we go overnight. So definitely chilly in those mornings, but take it in this weekend or stay in and watch all that football.
All the football.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
It's a tough
you have
choice.
options for both. All right, thank you so much for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you at 10.